chirpy good dunning there with myself. Turn on the do not disturb for the chirps. Good dunning, guys. Welcome. Grateful to see you all here. Henny, Debs, Bonnie. Grateful to see you guys. Teen PG brother, Debs. Welcome, guys. Grateful for the continued support and your guys being here this dunning. Ugh. Grateful to be here this dunning as well. And how we doing, guys? Another day is here, so welcome. Let's do a couple things. We're gonna do a little bit out of order here, better order actually. So let's call in our guides and angels first, and then we're going to do our breath work, so that we release our system here. And not that I'm not doing it the moment I wake up at this point, like 85 times a day, because it really does work. And the more I do it, the more I'm like, ugh, every single time I do. But because generally most of us aren't like ugh, in that kind of relaxed state, right? We're mostly like that. We don't even realize it. But so how we doing, guys? Welcome. 5 and 5. Helene. So if you've noticed, guys, a couple of big things changed on the channel here. Today I will post to yesterday's channeling. Tomorrow I'll post today's channeling. And yesterday I posted the day before's channeling. So they're all showing up as individual channelings now that we have the ability, right, to download it, just like literally showed up, to download the video versus just save it so I can download my videos now. And since we can do so, we can use CapCut to cut out the channeling itself. So Lindsay in Ohio. Favor here in Ohio right now, and a favor that it's yeah, exactly. But just favor. You're interesting time to be in America, isn't it, Lindsay? To say the least. Hey, welcome to our chaotic crazy. Welcome to our universe in America. But yeah, whew. But yeah. So at any rate, so we'll get the channelings are posting up there, and I don't know, but we are slowly moving forward here. All right. So first off, we'll take a simultaneous sip. I'm gonna slow down the energy a bit. The energy out in the greater source field is pretty chaotic, right? And with talks of more chaos to come, right? We're going to see a different universe. We're not going to play into the chaos anymore. We're going to send it love, and of course find our peace and a little bit of tranquility in a universe that has decided that we've lost its mind, right? Yesterday we bombed Ecuador on top of everything else, and now we have ground invasion, and we're invading Ecuador as well as, or at least having operations within Ecuador. But so yeah, so I don't know, but favor. All right, so let's take a deep breath here, guys. Don't worry, Canada's crazy too. Not just always as loud. Well, nobody's as loud as America at the moment. Favor to that, but Mr. Bombastic behind the mic there, running the show. Favor, good lord. All right, so let's take a sip of whatever you got there, any libation, and we're gonna center down. We're gonna slow down, and we're going to release our nervous system. We're gonna see what calm, peaceful things we can bring in today, and we're going to have an amazing good dining. Crazy is sort of where I'm used to operating from. Lindsay, welcome to the party. That's why we're doing the breath work to release our nervous system. That's why we're slowing the show down. That's why we're working to see. That's why I posted the video. I posted in the link in the community tab yesterday or 2 days ago from David there. And so, yeah, we're working to slow things down because a lot of us are in that nervous state. And I know for myself, when I'm in that I've been in that state. And so instead of creating a life, right, you run around panic that you don't have it instead of standing in the energy that you do. And if you're sitting around panic that you don't have something, then the universe has to match that, and that's the energy you're going to vibrate. Linda, hi there, beautiful soul. Butterfly Linda on the line with us as well. If you're not subscribed to her, she's live today, I think, as a Fatter of Mact. She does live readings, and she's an amazing soul, and she's part of that. I love it. People who are coming on YouTube and yeah, just finding it in like us, right? Anything over any of us over 50, we're finding YouTube and finding ourselves and our energies and stepping out. It's amazing. And so, if you don't know who Butterfly Linda is, it's awesome. She's not getting in the pool anytime soon, but otherwise, there, definitely check her out and subscribe to her channel here. We've all got, but Suzette, hi Suzette, grateful to see you too. How are you, beautiful soul? How's Tootsie Roll? Nice to see you. And let me see your Tootsie Roll. All right, so let's take some breath work here. join me. And first off, we'll take a sip. Whatever you got. Much better. There we go. All right, so let's call on our guides, our angels, and then we're going to do our breath work. All right. If you don't call on your guides and angels daily, that's up to you. They're with you, so to speak, but they're not as with you as they would be otherwise. And of course, they can only, hey, Lindsay, Tina, they can only work with you if you choose to let them work with you as well. So calling them in gives them the Roger Dodger there to the 5x5 to do what they need to do in your universe. And it opens you up to seeing them in your frame, right? You're not like, and if you're thinking you're alone, nobody on this planet is ever truly walking alone. That's why we only see so little of the light spectrum, because otherwise we'd see that we're not walking alone. And it would be weird because then you'd be walking through energies and like, excuse me, pardon me, can I get through? And then you'd see like things pop in and out, and it would be really freaky, right? Because that's why they won't allow like nuclear war on this planet, because it's a multi-dimensional toroidal field, right? Layer upon layer. It's like a 7-layer burrito from Taco Bell, but it won't give you gas, right? Or make you sick. But yeah, so we're each in a layer of the burrito, so to speak, right? And so exactly, and we can only see the layer that we're on. But, occasionally, layers kind of mix and match, but or you have things like the Large Hadron Collider that rip the layers together, but otherwise open the layers up in our universe. But how are the cats handling you over there in Ohio? I heard the council. The council had a meeting about you. Aw. Awesome, guys. I need this. I've had like 4 meltdowns in the past 24 hours. Tina, favor. It's the energy. It's not just you. I've been melting down and melting up. Generally, I've been holding the same energy of positive excitement. Like there's an excitement inside me. It's really weird. Like something's coming in. But I don't know. But then I woke up this morning with this fuzzy brain fog. So I have no idea. But the energy's just been up and down. It's been. I mean, we're all in a conjoined toroidal field. So it's not like it's just our energy. Even if you're just walking around in your frame, there's just a humming vibration that's all around otherwise that we have to deal with, right? The general set point of planet Earth, right? And the set point of planet Earth right now is probably, since I've been on planet Earth, as screwy as ever. Although it's weird, when we were in the Gulf War, it seemed like we were more in war than we are now, right? Remember when we went to the original Gulf, not the second one, right? That was the first one where we like lined up all the troops and we sit there and we're like, all right, let's start, gentlemen, start your engines, and we drove through the desert and all that in 1990, whatever it was, 91. Yeah, that one, right? Doesn't feel like that. Felt like we were going, but now it doesn't feel like that. It's weird how the toroidal field is just, people are just like, whatever, it's just no big deal, and just going along their universe. So favor to everything that's going. But yeah, why is that? So yeah, the energies have just been, so we're all feeling the wonky toroidal field, right? And it's wonky as all hell, and it's probably as wonky as it's ever been since COVID, and then since and then before that, maybe since then. But the toroidal fields, as we go on in time, right? We get closer. We're pulled in with the web and all this stuff, right? So back in '90, the toroidal fields like this, because you were separated, right? You didn't know you didn't have the internet. You couldn't. All you had was the guys lying from CNN, right? Standing there in the behind the blue screen, thinking that they're in Saudi Arabia getting attacked, right? But that's not the case. That was even fake, right? That was totally fake. So yeah, now it's like we're all like this because of the internet, right? Because of the web. So the energies are a lot easier to get sucked into. Before, literally, you just turn off don't watch CNN, and you didn't know or don't look at a newspaper. That was it, and you were fine, right? Nothing. You knew nothing. It's sunny outside, and just don't watch TV. Just don't watch the news, and you're fine. But now it's a lot more. It's a lot more complicated than that, right? So the field is everywhere. The field is more encompassing, and it's more. It's a web, right? They webbed us in. So unless you just turn off the internet, which a lot of us can't do, yeah, exactly. But it's everywhere. You get it on your phone, you see it. You didn't have to see any of this before, right? It's not in your face like it was before. It's not. It wasn't in your face like it is now. There we go. Now everything's been thrown in our face, and we don't even know what they're throwing in our face is real or not, right? And so it gets even weirder than that, right? And so Exactly. Filtering through the oil filters today. Oil filters energy fields as thick as oil. Honestly, air is thick. Taking more to breathe enough air. This is true. I actually went out of breath in the shower for a minute. We are working 60 hours to keep food on the table for most of our lives. This is absolutely true. But yeah, but if we believe that, if we can stand in the energy that we're in the shift, and we have to go through the crap, right, to get to the shift. And of course, we all knew that the dog was going to wag the tail, right? We're going to wag the dog with the EpiPen papers, right? Which are quietly being deleted on YouTube, on the internet. If you didn't know, 65,000 pages are already gone, and eventually it'll just disappear, and we will never see it again. It'll just and it'll be swept under the rug. But yes, that's happening. But yeah, nonetheless, yeah. So favor to all of it, right? And so yeah, feeling all that is the field has never been so wonky. Even during CV, it wasn't as wonky because there was a different energy about it. But this is just like chaotic wonk. And then yeah, to find out that we are now in an active engagement with Ecuador on top of everything else. It's just like, geez, oh, Pete's, man. It's just, yeah, we send love and peace, and that's why, yeah, I'm feeling it. We're all feeling it in some aspect here. Indigo, hi, how are you? There, I've seen you here before, Indigo. I'm gonna give you a there you go. Welcome. But so yeah, so we're all in the soup, and that's the point. They're trying to take our losh, and it's and the idea is, of course, to get us as confused and whipped out as possible, because then at the end of all of this, right, when you try to rebuild, that's where we got to stand on our feet, right? That's the whole point. They're going to do what they're going to do. The systems are going to fall through their own hands, which is what's happening right now. But what we have to do is be organized when the systems are fallen, so that we create a better universe, right? That's the point, because this is the shift. That the end of this will not be the same as it was before at the beginning, right? The day before we started doing what we did will not be like the day after this, and it'll never be the same. Just like after CV, it was not completely the same ever again, right? And a lot of our favorite restaurants and stuff went and disappeared, right? But so yeah, the idea is tonight we got to just get ready for whatever it is. I'm doing well, just sorting out what is my feelings and what is someone else's. That's a lot of what we do, right? How many people, especially with empaths, we carry around all people's crap. Or we hear something from somebody that may even be the case, but we start, because we're empaths, right? We start spinning and ginning it. Mess. What a mess. All right, let's bring in our guides and angels. We do this on the daily. I'm hoping that you do as well. It seems corny, but it's really not. This is an energetic field, right? Those in play know it, right? Mars moved into Venus there. Venus and Mars conjuncted, right? And so then they start bumping on the same general timeline, right? Jupiter's in retrograde, right? And so they know what they're doing. So exactly. I'm alone with Cat sleeping for 1 more hour. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Believe me, I almost fell asleep before I took a shower and then I laid back down. I looked up, it was like 9:50 or 8:57. I was like, ah. All right, so let's bring in our guides and angels real quick. It's real simple. We call in our guides, we call in our angels, we call in our soul family, we call in all the elements and animals, spirit animals that we work with, we call in all our ancestors that we work with, and we call in all the love in the greater source field. We thank you for protection from Isis. We thank you for the clearing and healing from Archangel Raphael today, and we thank you for the protection and love with the violet flame from Saint Germain. Boom. That's it. Simple stuff. We do so daily, and these are things that empower us. It sounds like we're giving away our power, but it's actually we're calling in the troops, right? I mean, we're all our own individual. We're like our soul army. We're like a soul army, and we each have our own with us, right? Our own battalion that we can carry along with us, right? Our own squad, so to speak. And if you're not calling in your squad, then why would you want to go to battle alone, right? And we're not going to battle, but theoretically, Earth is kind of like an energetic battle, right? Are you up or down? If you're in the down, then they're going to get you. If you're in the up, then you got it, right? That's what I'm that's what I'm stepping into, is that we're in that energetic battle. But that'll probably be up to channeling today, but yeah, so let's do some cards here, and then we will we'll get back to it. But all right, so this is Kuan Yin, grace, right? So we all need some grace in our universe. We saw grace yesterday, but we all need some grace in our universe, and grace is an amazing soul. And here we go. Card fell out on its own, and when it does, you take it for what it is, right? Tai Chi rising. Hua. You can see what you want into that. Tai Chi rising. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity, pulling through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system, which is what we're doing on this show. This whole show is re-gearing towards fixing our nervous systems. As it adjusts, and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives you more impact towards your words, actions, and thoughts. May you be strong and merciful, powerful, and wise in equal measure. So we are being seen by Kuan Yin because if you've seen the direction of the show it's about releasing our sympathetic nervous system, right? And getting out of the stressful states that we are in, because we're not going to create, what I've learned is, if I want to move my universe forward, right? Then sitting here in the energy of, I don't see it, it's not happening, what's going on, does not create that. What creates that, because you have to be a partner with the energy in the universe, is thankfulness and seeing and gratitude and seeing that it's moved forward and standing in that energy. Standing in that energy just means that I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have purpose, financial, a way to bring in financial security into my universe, and knowing that it's going to happen, instead of standing in the what I don't have, stand in the what I do have, even though it's not here. It's not easy, but once you can make that mental shift, and that's what I'm in the process of. It's happening, and it happened. I held it yesterday, and this morning it was a little foggy when I woke up, but it's there. Is that mental state, that opposite state that most of us have been in, right? Of we feel beat up, we feel like we've been torn down, we feel like the universe has been stomping on us, but really, it's the way we're seeing the universe. I've been seeing the universe as from lack, right? Am I worthy? Most of the times I'm not worthy. And honestly, the reason why I haven't moved forward here is because I'm not worthy, right? I'm sitting in unworthiness. And a lot of us are, because that's how we've been programmed. To feel, to actually have abundance would take us out of what we've been taught we are, right? What we've been told we are. And that's not easy to do. And so that's not at all easy to do. That's some of the hardest crap you're ever going to have to do on planet Earth, is to stand over top of and overcome your broken programming, right? The you are worthless. You're not going to melt anything. There's nothing in there for you. And we absorb that like a sponge when we're kids. Or you're a mess, and so is you, and you're going to always be, right? Whatever it is that you've been saying to yourself, people have been saying to you, right? It's our job, right? And nobody else can do it for you, right? You're not going to have, unless you get a drill sergeant. That's what drill sergeants can do, and it's in my butt. But even the programming from a drill sergeant doesn't stick. You have to program yourself. That's the hard part, right? A drill sergeant and my drill sergeants only got me so far in the Army, right? I had to get myself, me, the rest of the way, period. And I have to still do so. The programming is it's all great, but it doesn't stick unless you program yourself. Just quoting lyrics, not my beliefs. What's the lyric? We all need a little tenderness. How can love survive in such a graceless? Yes. What song is that? We all need a little tenderness. Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, some of us, anybody hugging me or anything, I have to do this through energy on my own, right? I'm grateful I have a friend who's put me up, but you got to carry your own love, and that's what's hard. That's where it becomes hard, right? Because we haven't been carrying the love for ourselves. We've been carrying the hate, the disdain in some cases, the loathing, self-loathing in some cases, right? Let's be honest. And only way to move forward is to find the love for yourself, and then carry that love into the universe with trust. Don, that's what I thought. Forgiveness. Yeah, now it's playing in my head. Okay, forgiveness. Yeah, okay. Even if you don't love me anymore. Yeah, okay, it had to come into my head for a second, but yeah, there we go. I got the Don Henley song stuck in my head now. Thank you for that, Tenny. But it's one I haven't heard in a while, but it's in the filing system, right? It's in the RKO, in the jukebox, right? The record has to come out. We gotta get the aperture on to pull the record out of the jukebox there and slam it onto the, put it on the platter, right? Thank you. Sandra, good dawning. All right, so let's do our breath work. And what our breath work does, right? We do 3 separate things here. This is the new direction this channel is slowly taking, is because honestly, I'm directing it because I got to release my nervous system in order to move my universe forward. Period. And that's kind of, you get to a point in your recovery. I'm not going to call this ascension. I'm going to call this your emotional and spiritual recovery, right? And so you get, and then who knows, that could be a good title for a book, right? Because really, if you think you're ascending, then you think that you're becoming better than, and you're not. You're just becoming better than you used to be yesterday, right? You're not becoming better than John or Joe or Jim or Millie or Fran or Bob or anybody else, right? You're becoming better than yourself on the daily basis, and you're becoming a better version of yourself by seeing your universe as less and less terrible, right? As less and less heavy, as less and less a burden on your soul, and more an opportunity for your soul. And so as we start to step into those energies, right? So we're going to be shifting, this channel is going to be shifting more and more into things that help us move forward. Because once you get to the point where you've dumped your traumas, now this is the harder part. The easy part, it's an automatic process to dump the traumas, right? Your body, your DNA goes, that's enough, and you just start crying and you start releasing. But once you are done, and it's like, all right, now I'm this empty shell, you are a broken program, right? So I'm an empty shell, but now I got to reprogram this empty shell. I got to figure out how this empty shell can actually work in a functional way, right? And I'm not empty. I mean, I'm full of me, energy, soul, love, right? But I mean, empty as far as no more trauma. And so how do we move forward when all of my reactions, everything I generally did was based off of me soothing myself from trauma? How do you move forward when most of your life was based on sitting around in trauma and then going, occasionally moving forward, but most of the time just like swimming in trauma, right? So how do we do that? That's going to be the point of this channel, and to a greater extent over the next, for now, and seeing how we not only release our traumas and dramas, but then how do we release the programming and the nervous system so that we start to function in society, start to function on this planet, start to function for ourselves, and start to create what we really want instead of spinning around. Because if we don't release the nervous system, release ourselves from those patterns, we're just going to sit in the same patterns. And it doesn't work well. Not for me. It's not working. And being able to get that clue the other day, and see into, wait a minute, there is another universe, and I can feel it, and I'm standing in it. Oh boy, it's a whole nother deal. I wasn't talking about feeling your vibes or energies online. I'm talking about just in your regular day physical life online. That's not easy. What do you got there, Henny? I will pin that, but I don't know what it is. But I trust. I will pin that. Henny put up a video, and I trust Henny, so I will pin the video there. Absolutely. If I go to check it, then I will vamusqua, so I will be gonzo. So also, some of the outsides are wearing off. They're so old. Shedding layers. That I like that, Lindsay. Yes, we are shedding layers, because I mean, at some point, the protective layers we start to realize, because we're standing in more real, our eyes get clearer and clearer till eventually we don't need these glasses, right, so to speak. I do, or otherwise everything's blurry as funk right now. But there we go. But yeah, so as we start to, we're shedding those, because we're not standing in that anymore. I'm not throwing the same temper tantrums that I used to when I was 5 years old because I couldn't be seen, because I was really still screaming about being abused at 2. It's a whole different deal now, but it's still an adult temper tantrum if I'm throwing something, right? But yeah, we don't need to do those things, and they start to fall off after time. Forgiveness. Yeah, now the song's like totally playing in my head. Thank you. That was supposed to say that it was easy knowing online or hearing energies, just trying to see if anybody else can hear other people, not through their thoughts, but their real intentions. Ooh, interesting. That's all we can do is chip away at ourselves. But yeah, actually, I'm sorry. I called it the heart of the matter. Actually, the 90s, it's agreed time. I don't think we're living in Grace Age, but never mind. Just listen to the song. Yeah, it's an amazing song. That's the song. I'm sure Henny posted the song there. Forgiveness, right? And yeah, Don Henley, amazing. It's going to get interesting. And you know what would be sad? It's going to be sad is in like 5 years, we're going to have a world without any Don Henleys, right? I mean, Clapton, if you get a chance, right? And this is it. Clapton's going on tour this year. I think B.B. King. And it's going to be, I don't know who's going to be on stage with him, but it's a couple blues legends. You get a chance to go see Eric Clapton on tour. It's the last time you'll ever see him, probably, right? Yeah, it's just that time where we're at that generational cliff, and that's why we're at that split in the universe, right? All these things happen for real. When what Gen X or the baby boomers are about to fall off the map, right? And so within 10 years, there'll be maybe a handful of living baby boomers. That's it. They'll all be off the map. Guess who's next? The Gen Xers will be the baby boomers, right? That's us. And so, yeah, if you haven't noticed on planet Earth, as generational shifts, there we go, happen, because not the boomers, but the boomers' parents were dying in the 60s, right? So the boomers' parents were dropping off in the 60s, right? Great grandparents were dropping off in the 60s and 70s, and you had that generational shift with the hippie. Now we're having a humongous generational shift yet again when all the boomers drop off and now the Gen Xers step up, and then the right, the Ys or whatever, whoever comes behind us, right? And so yeah, it's just crazy. Let us do our breath work, and then we will step forth into in the cards here and see what we've got. But so breathe with me, if you would. As you breathe in, hold it for 5 seconds and release your trauma. If you want to join me here, we're going to release our trauma. So breathe in for 5 seconds. Breathe in, hold it. As you're breathing out, imagine releasing your trauma. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, we're at our happy place. So breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're at Maho Beach or wherever you are. As we breathe in, last one, we are safe, right? No matter what, even if it's safe for 10 minutes. At this exact moment, are you safe? Doesn't matter about your future. There you go. All right, so continue to actually do that at least twice more today. If you don't feel more relaxed, I don't understand, but that's not me to decide on. For me, it feels like somebody's like I literally like I turn into a bowl of Jello. There we go. That's the best way I can put it. Is that it feels like you turn into Jello once you do it for a quick second. They added a new name to people from 1954. They call them the Jones generation, keeping up with the Joneses, and that fits my age. There you go, the Jones generation. I didn't hear that one before. Nice. 666. Are we talking about love there? Hi there, Aru George. 666 is a number of love, so you can throw that out there all you want. But the dark co-opted the light, and the angelic number of love is 666. So it doesn't bother me that you throw that out there. I love Jackson Gal. Oh, Jackson, yeah, he's got the weirdest goatee though, like mustache goatee. His facial hair looks awesomely weird, different. I'm not gonna say weird because everybody chooses, but it's different. But Jackson knows cats more than Jackson's like a living cat, as far as I'm concerned. Jackson Galaxy, yeah. Helps. Angie, only 20% of us are empaths. Well, that means that you keep this in mind that if you're an empath, that means that you're dysregulated, right? That's not You're not supposed to be an empath. It's not a pot. It's a state that was given to you through trauma. It's not an empath is you having to ground into other people's energies to make sure you don't get your ass kicked when they walk into the room, right? Or make sure that you know when to be silent or not. It's how you've learned to see yourself as what? Small. To be honest with you, that's what an empath is. It's how we have designed ourselves to see ourselves as small so that we can squash our energy or take our energy and give it to somebody else and see how they're deal with them, right? Not ourselves. But yeah, favor. That means that most people aren't as traumatized as an empath, right? If you're talking, that's why empaths collect, right? That's why on this channel we're mostly empathic, right? Because we've been through, generally speaking, a lot of the same traumas and dramas and crap, right? So, exactly. I'm definitely one of the 20%. Dysregulated. So yeah, when we talk about dysregulated, now we're talking about our dopamine system being dysregulated because we can't focus on tasks, right? It's not about being pleasure. And I got this from Chase, right? Or our and our nervous system. So we're dysregulated in many different ways. If you're drinking or drugging, you're using that to cover up the dysregulation within your system. To be honest, and it's really kind of chaotic. But the first way to get regulated is to notice that you're dysregulated and to start bringing back the nervous system by things that we're going to be doing here. Ooh, pardon me, energy. Things that we're doing here, like breath work, like the breath work's the biggest thing, to be honest with you. Recognizing it. for what is. You're the one that has to recognize when you slip space, right? Because we all do. Right now, you should be in a really chill space, right? We've released our nervous system. We should be all relaxed. But there may be something that confronts you in the not too distant future today, right? That snaps you out of that really fast. It's our job then to notice when we leave our the state, right? And flip back over. But that is our job. I'm looking for a specific. There we go. Yeah, exactly. From sympathetic, I always mix them up. That's why I had to say it. From sympathetic to parasympathetic. Thank you. I mean, I'm just learning about this stuff myself. What needs to, what I've noticed is as well, if you're trying to, if you're recovering, right, what needs to come into frame is going to. So, have you guys noticed for yourself where your universe and this maybe directing you into different videos and different things, you're seeing different things, right? So once you break the trauma and clear the trauma, and then you're gonna usually your universe will shift what's in your frame, right? That you're seeing different things will come in. My Miss Deb, I didn't realize what I've been doing was being an empath and being a transmuter and all. I had no idea. I just thought I was stuck. It was suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, no, absolute favor. No, we don't suck anything up. That's not what we're supposed to do. Sometimes I wonder if I go looking for ways to ground myself by helping others ground them. It does not, does that make sense? Totally, because we don't know how to ground ourselves. But like, exactly. No, that truly fits. If we don't know it's easier sometimes to say it and help others do it than to physically do it ourselves. How's that? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this is the Divine Masters deck. You would know it by the ink press on the box there, but safer. But yeah, I guess you can't press all of them. But let's see what we've got. Cut the cards here. All right, we can be empaths and not aware of it. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Most of us are empaths. We're empaths. I mean, in 1980s, most of us, we were 90s. Okay, we'll go with the 90s, right? Mid 90s, late 90s, we didn't know we were empaths, did we? Did you know you were an empath? I didn't know I was an empath. I just knew that I couldn't ground into myself, but I could certainly feel your feelings, and I could certainly help you. But yeah, no, for sure. Sandra. All right, so let's see what we got here, guys. This is all right. The Wally Cool, your divine mission. So the idea is what we're going to be working on our divine mission through these cards here, and enlighten action. Make choices from the heart. That's what we're doing. We're taking steps to clear the trauma, right? To clear our nervous system. Most of our traumas are actually pretty much cleared. It's how do we re-regulate ourselves? We've been so out of whack. If you've been sitting in the high cortisol in the stress states for 40, 30, 40, 50 years, once you release the trauma, the stress state's still there. It's going to look for something to attach to. All right, so we have the Wally Cool, Enlightened Action, and then the next card is the Atlanteans. Evolution Vibration. That's literally what we're doing. We're changing our vibration through dropping all the lockups in our nervous system, right? Legacy, Technology, Progress. Expect acceleration. So yeah, so have an expectation. That's the other thing that we don't have in our universe. Are you laying expectations? Not like we don't expect the outcome, but expecting our universe to do something. There's a difference. We're not looking for the outcome, but are you giving your universe, I expect things to happen, right? I am standing in that expectation that my universe moves forward. I'm not here to tell it how, right? I'm not the grand director, but I am the grand energetic pusher. I'm the producer, right? I push the money or the energy, right? All right, second card is Joan of Arc. There we go. And maybe she'll lead a jazzercise class for you. Right? Sacred but you got to run through them all first. Sacred activist. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. A lot of us have been standing. That's the part of our deal, our trauma, right? We've been standing in fear. So release that fear, right? Stand for your beliefs. What do you believe? Stand up for what you believe. Finally, Mother Mary. Why you bugging? Mother Mary. Miraculous encounter. Grateful, right? That's none of us would be too upset if in our universes miracles did happen, right? So how many of us are expecting a miracle, right? I am. I don't know about you. I'm grateful for it. Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful, because you are. And we put all this together. We've got our divine mission. So you have to evolve your vibration. Stand in yourself. Find your strength. Sacred activist. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs in yourself. And then finally, expect, trust, and step forward. Miracles do happen, but you have to believe that they do. Do you believe in magic? Here's the question. We are not crazy. We are high vibe. No, yeah, I know. But those who aren't high vibe think we're crazy. That's the fun part, right? So yeah, it's a fun game. Exactly. And those who are really low vibe and don't even, are just totally stuck in the root chakra. I mean, like busted out root chakra. Can't see through the forest, through the trees. We can. We just don't know how to. We're just trying to figure out how to battle through the energies to move our universes, to create our universes, right? Most of us. A lot of people, we're not so bad off. I mean, we're pretty darn good. When you think about it, think of those in their busted root chakra who have no idea that they're in a root chakra, they're broken, what's going on, any of it, right? We have lots of clues. So we know where we're broken. We know what we've done. We know how we've harmed people. We know who's harmed us. We are so far ahead of the curve. It's not right. We know where our energies. Most of us even have an inkling of what we want in the universe. It's just how to get there is the question. And a lot of that is based on the fact that we've been jammed up for 20, 30, 40, 50 years in our nervous system. That's the hardest thing. Releasing that is one of the biggest keys to sliding into your frame, right, and creating your universe. Speaking of which, 77. How lucky you want to get, right? Lucky number 77. They're calling it the awakening. I call it lucky, but either way, 7 is a lucky number. Awakening, enlightenment, breakthrough, success, epiphanies, right? Goddess Epiphany. Spiritual growth, transformation. You are undergoing a profound spiritual awakening that will lead you towards path of success, epiphanies, and breakthroughs in all aspects of your life. So yeah, we'll save that out. And finally, the Billy Crystal card of the day as well here. Oh crap, 3 comments and buffering. Yes, favor to the buffering there. Sorry guys. I don't know if it's me or on them, but yeah, yesterday a lot of people seem to have issues on the tube. Yeah, Josh, plus all our ancestors and generation. Yeah, we're carrying a line. We don't just care, right? I mean, we're not our own, but we are, right? And in our DNA is the wiring through our ancestral line of all of everybody else's crap too, right? And so, yeah. All right, so let's see what we've got here, guys. All right, give me 2 cards. Fine, be that way. 2 cards fell out. First one is, of course, Saint Germain, an amethyst. Wah. Amethyst, trust your intuition. There you go. And so we are learning to trust our intuition. A lot of us don't trust our intuition because we don't know how to, it's never really been activated, right? There goes my gut, speaking of intuition, right? Spinning around. And can you trust your intuition? Can you trust that the choices that you're making are the right choices for you? That's the question. Garnet, and I don't see Garnet here, but it would be funny if he showed up, right? Garnet, we're calling in Garnet, but nonetheless. All right, I'll just keep looking at the chat to see if he pops in. Ignites your passion. So what is your passion? Do you have a passion? You see mine, I'm sitting here. Right, so ignite your passion, whatever that is for you, if you have a passion. Oh. Right? I mean, that's a fair statement. A lot of us have been so broken, right? Like as children and whatnot. It's like, what's your passion? I have no idea. I don't have one. And that's fair to state. If you don't have a passion, there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of us have been, our lives have been, you just walk around like numb and like, I have no passion. I'm just surviving. The divine is, there you go. Sandra, I love that. I lost chat and fixed my spam. What's going on with my internet? Ugh. All right, let's send love. We're sending love to Deb and her internet, right? We see fast and flow, freeing exchange of information. All right, so a couple of channel notes here. Saturday, we're going to go live with Oracle cards, pulling Oracle cards and live channeling. I will get that posted up. We will be live tomorrow. We are not going to do Good Dawning Saturday, but we will do live Oracle and whatnot Saturday at probably like 11. And then from there, I will take it. But yeah, as far as Discord goes, I know a lot of you guys aren't on the those who aren't here are on the Discord, but that's okay. But the Discord itself, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. From what I'm gathering is you'll go to log into Discord and it'll ask you for your ID. It'll like log everybody out and then ask you for your ID, your fingerprint, and your eye scan. So if that's the case, even if it's my ID, I will not. We will. The Discord will be dismantled as of tomorrow. We won't be dismantled. It'll be abandoned because I won't go back into it either, right? Because I'll have to give my ID. So the Discord will end up being abandoned as of tomorrow, most likely. If I have to give my ID to Discord or my retinal scan and my fingerprint and their AI and my voice recognition to their AI and all that now. No, we won't be doing that. So just keep that in mind. I don't know what's going on in anybody else's, like Victor's Discord or anything, if they're going to continue that. I don't even know if they know that that's about to happen. But so yeah, so if you're part of any of the Discord crew in any aspect there, just keep that in mind that Discord may be you're gonna if you decide to do the ID and all that. I won't probably be there. I don't know about on Victor's side who will be left over there or anything else. But yeah, but basically it's going to be the apocalypse or the implosion of Discord tomorrow if they decide to go through with it. I don't Discord. No, I hear you. The Discord's been great, and I'll try to look for an alternate server idea of some fashion because the idea is that we can communicate outside. The idea with the Discord was that when I was alone, right? When I was in the darkest of the dark night of the soul, and I was alone. That the Discord was the idea that you're never alone. If you need to reach out to somebody, there's somebody on the other side of the Discord when you're in a dark night spot, right? In the dark night of the soul, in a dark spot. When I was in my dark spot, there was nobody to reach out to, not a soul. So, right, I just bashed my head against the wall. And so the Discord was an amazing saving grace for a lot of us. And it's been amazing. But yeah, with the new AI clamp down on Discord, we're just going to tell it, say everybody's under 16, right? They're going to assume that and then go from there. So yeah, that was the intention on the Discord. It was just so that we'd all have a place to meet, a place to be. When you're in the soup, you can reach out and we can all kind of talk with each other. And no one ever has to really be in the soup, so to speak. But yeah, people going to Substack, not a criminal check, Sandra. What they're doing is they're going to under the guise of internet safety, which is what lots of things are. Like. Okay. Who was it? Is it Italy? One of the European countries just instituted a internet driver's license, right? So you have to log in, then put in your code and all that, and log into the internet. So then your internet is backboned by a government server now. So you're going to the government server, and then you log in, and then everything you do is through the government server back to you, right? Are we making sense? And so they're filtering and monitoring you through the driver's license online. So yeah, so as these things start to come into play, right? That's what we're talking. Now Discord's, all the systems are going to eventually, even not YouTube because it's tied to Google, but all the systems are going to eventually end up doing something like that. But Discord's the first one to say, yeah, they're even willing to lose 50% of their viewership to make sure that they're protecting people. But really, they've even said they're going to use AI bots and stuff to monitor the chat and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Discord's doing what it's going to do, but it's not to prevent anything criminal per se. It's under the guise of, but it's 1984. I don't know, but just the way I feel. But they've been around for years and never had any issues until they decide. Right? Exactly. So who knows? But nonetheless, grateful. All right. Let's do a channeling and see what we've got. So yeah, I don't know about Substack. Does anybody have any suggestions outside of Discord that we could utilize? If you do. There we go. All right, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Hey, I was on here the other day. Hi, how you doing? I was telling you, yes, yeah, welcome. Nice to see you, brother. I forgot to ask you what do we do on this channel? That's gotta run. All right, Linda, love you, beautiful soul. If you're not subscribed to Linda, please do so. All right, so Daniel, I can answer that for you. So I woke up one day and found out that I can channel. So I channel Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, and White Buffalo Calf Woman. I also so I turned that into Good Dawning. The premise of Good Dawning has changed over time, but the idea is that we work with energetics through these guides to help us to create our universe. Right now, the show has shifted so that we're doing energetics through cards. We're doing energetics through breath. We're working with Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, Archangel Michael, and the like to learn right energetics, how to live our universe. Right now, we're working with releasing our parasympathetic to a sympathetic nervous system. We're working on breath techniques, so we do all kinds of different things. But the idea is that we're basically doing a larger energetic tune-up before we go out throughout the day, or before at least to have our day here, to start our day. We're also centering ourselves and taking some accountability for our energy state as well. To some extent, I also work. I'm not Reiki trained in any aspect, but I've been told, and generally you can ask the audience, energetics, I can push energetics pretty well, and eventually I will get Reiki certified in some fashion. So I utilize crystals. We utilize crystals here as well to move energetics. But the whole idea is to break things up, because once you're out of your traumatic state, right? Once we've released all of our trauma, that's the trauma that we generally you stand in, right? Then we can stand in our highest self, but we're still blocked from all of our patterns and stuff. So the idea is that we're doing work to release our patterns, find out who we really are as source, and create our best universes. So in a nutshell, there we go. Hopefully that helps. Oh yeah, 786. Take great care. Had to reboot phone. Okay, now great. So yeah, so that's what we do here, and I was just going to drop into a channeling here, and as a matter of fact, here we go. So if you want to hang out for the channeling, and I'm an open channel, so guys, and I release these channeling. So today's channeling will be released tomorrow when YouTube releases the video for me to futz around with. So today I will have yesterday's channeling up and posted in a few hours today, and so we're doing so as well. So yeah, the idea is that the center of it, of course, is that I'm a channeler and featuring the channeling. But the idea is that they're all helping us in the greater extent to see a bigger universe and to release all of the junk that we've been carrying for so long that stops us from being our highest selves, right? My Jeep is my energy music bubble. I love it. I love it. Thanks, Witchy. It's like Twilight Zone today. Can't wait to go out in public. Out. Yeah, it feels like Twilight Zone. The energy just feels. You ever wake up and you feel like your brain is foggy? Like you feel like you literally have brain fog? Does this work? I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do anything last year. I had 2 heart attacks. Oh, favor. Lung failure, brain death. Oh, gosh, favor. And had to learn to walk again. I'm struggling in life. Open to anything. Oh, favor. So much favor, Daniel. We got to get you in touch with the shadow reader. She's had 5 NDEs, and yeah, so favor there. But we're sending big healing love to you, Daniel. Does this work? It only works if you work it. Doing the breath work for the 3 sets of breaths, you have to do that 3 times. Yes, it does work. But when I get stressed, yeah, I immediately jump in, and it's not stressed anymore. When I feel tension in my body, there's a difference because my emotional state is fine. There's no more emotional stress. It's tension in the body now. It's nervous tension in the body. I don't feel the nervous states in my heart anymore. I don't feel that flutter or that worry or that fear. That's gone. That was strictly based on trauma itself. What's left is the nervous system patterns that are hard as hell to break because our bodies have been, when you're every day, all the time, 100% of the time, running in cortisol and spinning and spinning and spinning and worrying and worrying and you're not, but the body is, right? The body's living in that manner because it's not ever felt safe, right? And so exactly. And so once we can find it, bring it into some safe space, we drop all of that spinniness, all that craziness that's been dancing around in our body. And for once in a moment, we can stand strong, grounded on earth without anything spinning through us. And we can actually see clearly and create clearly and even feel excitement for our future, which is something I'm beginning to do, right? We're beginning to do. Yes, retraining, reprogramming. We need, this is the work. There, a lot of people, this is the work that a lot of people are choosing not to do, and they're not here. A lot of people are choosing not to, never get to. You can get stuck in this loop of happy, joy, happy. And if you get stuck in this, I'm just going to stay joy, and happy, and happy circles and all that crap. You're not going to get, you can't. You have to get down in the mud. You have to see it for what it is. And it's not all about happiness. You have to stand in your, now you have to stand in your energy, right? I'm door dashing, and 20 minutes later, the food's not there. I'm going to stand in my energy and go, excuse me, I've been here for 20 minutes. Can I find my order? Because I have to take care of my universe. I love you. Those things you might not have done if you weren't standing in your presence, right? Or in your nervous system, you might have just, these are the things that we're moving. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Love you, brother. And yeah, we're going to figure out something separate for the Discord because I don't want you guys giving up your ID, your retinal scan, your fingerprint, and voice print to the AI because they no because it's bigger than that, right? And so yeah, it's way bigger than that. And so we'll find another server of some sort. There's something that'll pop up that'll bust Discord when Discord, or maybe Discord will scrap their rules when they realize that they're going to lose over 50% of their viewership, and their advertising revenue will collapse, right? Or maybe they don't care. But yeah, so that's why we do this, and that's so you're going to see it as I am guided. The show morphs, and so this show we started with just basic energetics, and now we've moved all the way from, if you know, just sending love to somebody and then they feel it or they don't, all the way to where we are now, releasing the nervous system and creating that energetic field, toroidal field that we want to stand in, right? Because generally we've let everybody else in every situation create our toroidal field, our universe, and that's not going to work. It'll never work. It can't. We have to learn to stand on top of our energy essentially and become the creator that we are, and not let the universe keep smashing us down. And you can see it. You can see it in people. You meet somebody and it's like they're a whole different energy. They're strong. They're solid. You don't see any broken vibration, and then they just know what they're doing. It's like, yeah, I just want to do. That's it. That's the point. That's where we're reaching towards that. And one day, every day at a time, we stop surrender. We surrender to our higher self. We surrender the nervous system to our higher self, and we take back the patterns that have destroyed, kept us in like a broken record. It's not working. My universe isn't working. My life isn't working. My life isn't working. It's not working because we're stuck in an energetic loop of going, like for myself, I'm looking for work. I'll just use this as an example, Daniel. I'm looking for work. So if I sit in the energy of I'm not finding work isn't finding, oh God, I'm going to lose my mind. Where's work? I got to get a job. This is crazy. I got to figure out a way to make money. Or if I let go, and this is what I learned literally 48 hours ago. If I let go and go, thank you. I know I got a job. This is great. And I'm grateful every single day. I get up and go to work. And I am, or however money comes into my universe. And I feel it, right? Because I do, just by saying that. And I am grateful that all that crazy struggle is over. And I am grateful to have a direction. This is a direction, but you see what I'm going at, right? To have something that can feed my universe financially, right? I am grateful. And I let go. And I feel that versus sitting in the, holy shit, where is it? I don't know where it is. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. That's the point. Hi, Hershey. Welcome, beautiful soul. You see the shadow reader. That's what I was talking about, Daniel, if you're still in the chat there, brother. That's the shadow reader. Definitely subscribe to her. She's had more NDEs than anybody I know. And so with your health conditions there, she might be a favor there with your multiple heart attacks and such, and your health conditions as well there. She's a great channel. And if you're looking to break through that shadow there and help heal some of that, because a lot of that, yeah, is tied to energies. She'd be a great, fantastic channel to watch there, to understand that we can all walk through what we've been physically, what we've had to deal with as well on this planet. Because it's when you get one of those lifetimes, Daniel, and you get the biggest hug there for that. If you have having one of those, because we all have to have it, right? The lifetime where we have to deal with our body and realize the separation between source and our body, and walking on Earth with body issues to realize that, right? That's one of the hardest lifetimes you can have. And big favor to you if you're walking that now. Big love and favor, Daniel. All right. Sell Call evil with a call evil out with a pause or with graceful words. Alchemize it. Just see it for what it is, and that's it. For me, it's just like, yeah, I see you're evil. I love you. And just walk. All right, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna take a left. Go over here. I hear you're going out to make. You're going out to make money tomorrow. I am. Favor. Okay, I'll take that, Lindsay. But no, well, we're looking for ways to, and right, we're looking. I've got to ground my universe in some sort of fashion to make money, or this isn't going to work any further. Right? I can only be basement boy for so long. That's the point. And so yeah, so we're working. That's why immediately we have switched this channel to working on energies that stop the flow of the that stop us from stopping our flow. There we go. So we've shifted the channel to move things forward. To, yes, teach to move. Yeah, exactly. So I'm teaching what I'm learning, and I'm right there with you in the soup, learning it as I'm doing it, right? And so yeah, so this is learning through exponential growth, right? Through doing. Debs, the source is coming. Stop looking and start going. Exactly. That's what we're doing. We're going now instead of looking. That's the point. We've been looking. How do we clear? What are we doing? Are we still in our... No, no, no. Now it's get the nervous system regulated and let's get moving, because I guarantee you, do that. If you cleared your nervous system, you'd start moving, right? And all of us, if we start moving forward, that's the point. And I'm ready to by the grab the universe by the horns, so to speak. I don't know about the horns, because then it would be a goat, maybe. And I don't do goats since I'm an ox. It's another story. Or rams, right? Like you don't see me in a Dodge Ram ever. You're not looking for actually work's finding me, but the work is yeah, money finds me. I'm not looking for anything. Everything I'm looking for, theoretically, I'm not looking for. Everything that I need vibrates into my space. There we go. That's the way to put it. Because if I'm looking for something, then I'm also telling the universe I don't have it. Right? There we go. And if I don't have something, then that's not going to work very well. Exact Grace. Hi, how are you? Exactly. Wow, it's 5:56. This will be a show without a channeling. This will be a. It happens occasionally, right? Good dawning without a chat. So it'll just when I do the thumbnail, it'll just be me. But instead, we'll do it as whoever does the channeling. But there's no channeling since it's already top of the hour here. But that's okay, right? So instead, I'll just do an excerpt from my rambling, and we'll put it up tomorrow. But grateful. Daniel, you'll get it. Absolutely, you'll get better, Daniel. It's not easy. Once we get swallowed up, but here I am going to do a quick channeling because Saint Germain's coming. Saint Germain, we are doing a quick channeling to close out. Once you get swallowed up by the soup, right? Once you are standing in the can of soup, it is hard to get out of the can, right? You are standing in the soup. Soup comes over your head, right? Then you are in a state where all you are seeing through a lens. This is the point. A lens of lack. A lens of this is hard. A lens of where is it? And when you are sitting in a lens, when you are wearing glasses that aren't yours, but are based on energy, that's all this is. Think of it that way. You clear the energy, you take off the glasses. Right now, the glasses are still on because the energy through you is still showing you that you are in lack. The energy flowing through you is still generating fear. The energy flowing through you is still generating anxieties about your future. As you release the anxieties, the glasses come off and you step out of the soup, right? Get out of these. You start to release the nervous system and you go, okay, I see a future that can come in now. Before, you were so frantic, the frantic energies of things not happening, right? All right, blocking wall. I want you to see that from that. We are going to do this very slowly, and we are going to start with that. Your frantic energies in your universe, you're looking and worrying about, and where is it, right? And it's not here. I need is going to create the universe to say, all right, we are going to have to make more frantic energies in your frame, right? We're going to have to show you that you are standing in a frantic state. So if you are in understanding, then you will take a breath, as your channeler is doing, right? And you will breathe out and release the frantic state. And that's what we are talking about, so that you can slow down enough to recenter your energies and realign to bring things in. You are out of alignment because you are scattered, because you don't have what you are expecting, and you are worried and pushing the energies. That's simple. Releasing transmissions. We will get more into this tomorrow. Whee! Grand Rising, Hershey. Grand Rising. So yeah, favor to for sure. Favor to everybody there. So that's the point. Saint Germain, thank you. So that's the there we will post that that channeling separate as well, but I'll make it a short. But yeah, so exactly. So that's the point. We need to release the way we used to act inside ourselves when things didn't happen, so that things can happen. And I'm learning that hardcore. And it's not easy, guys. This is not an easy task, but this is the task of this channel, this channeler, and this channel is on. It's the direction this channel is going on. And if you want to be a part of that direction, that's good. I'm even looking at getting a guest onto the channel to talk about this. The guest on the video that I have posted that 'cause I've seen 1,000 Dr. Joe Dispenzas, but until the right vibration reaches you, that's what it is. Till you find your vibrational match, and hopefully I am for somebody out there. He was that bridge for me to see what I could not see. And it didn't come in until I was really ready to see it. And so, yeah, we're going to see if we can get Daniel, on the show. Ow. And my foot fell asleep. And we're going to bring in some guests and such too. But yeah, as we do channeling and oracle and such on this show, and that's great. The main focus of this show will be from now to how to properly and truly create your universe, and how to step out of and step into your highest source self for a permanent change, and not just because all of us deserve a better life than we've lived. All of us deserve to step out of that energy, and all of us deserve to find our best self, to release that trauma, to release our patterns. And that's all they are, because you are no different than anybody else who is living a normal life. You are just, unfortunately, one was read from the book of love and peace and creation, and you are read from the book of you're not worthy and the universe is hard. Other people are read from the book of the universe is easy. And so when your parents were reading the book of life to you, they read the book of hard. They read the book of it ain't easy. They read the book of lack. They read the book of anger and frustration and trauma. And they read the book with less love than other books were read to us, right? And you read than others, right? And so with all of that, right, your results, your universe may vary on all those things, but with all that, it dysregulates. It drops us into a mess, and that's the point. So join us as we drop the mess, because I don't want to be basement boy forever, and if I don't drop the mess inside myself, that's the point. And you end up basement boy forever, right? No longer fretting about it or sitting here going, woe is me. It's simple. I know why my universe turned out the way it did. A, 2 bad choices, and B, a dysregulated body, right? Dysregulated system equals, I mean, if you look at your life, most of you guys in life, has it been in a flowy pattern? Like I got to school, I go to college, and I got a better job, and then I met somebody, and then got a house, and then, no, of course not. Most of us is 5 different chapters, all completely different, that don't match, in a book that would make no sense to anybody but you. And you're on your 5th chapter now, which is kind of like broken to the 3rd chapter, but a little bit of the same, but not. And then your 1st chapter is totally broken. And then maybe the 4th chapter, there's a little piece in it. But none of the chapters really flow anywhere. And it would be a really hard book for anybody to want to read, right? That's generally how we've lived, how our lives have become. Generally, I can tell you mine, none of my chapters flow. None of my life, nothing. There's no natural progression in my life. There never has been any natural progression of any sort in my life, right? It's just going from one sitch to the next. And I don't want that anymore. I don't think you guys do either. Much love, Hershey. We will talk to you later. Have a great favored day. Beautiful soul. Exactly. Don't call yourself names that you wouldn't say to a toddler. I've lightened up greatly after practicing this. We came to experience and learn and grow and heal no matter what we are doing. That, as I see it, no mistakes. There's no mistakes, absolutely. But we're the ones, that's how we find, everybody else is standing in some sort of, they can kind of get their universe together, but they don't know their source, but they're not broken enough to destroy their universe. We got broken, but now we wake up into our highest source self, knowing that we're source. We have an advantage once we figure out who and what we are. We know we got a different playing field. And so once we can clear our set ourselves center, we can live in that different playing field. We're we're regulating our nervous systems. Bonnie, 100%. Treat yourself the way you would treat others. We've learned that backwards. Absolutely. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to work with the quartz here. With your permission, and we can continue, but we're going to use the quartz. So, energetics works with your permission. If anybody ever wants to give you energetics without saying anything, or if you ever scroll on shorts and you're doom scrolling through the shorts there and you end up on somebody just doing Reiki straight out, keep flipping and close that portal. I would also, unless they close it out and open it, it's an open portal on YouTube. So you don't want to sit in it, right? All right, so let's, here we go. With your permission. And we're going to use this to do what? So help us to recognize when we're out of state, right? The idea here is that when we start to go from, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to my new future, right? The sky's open, to, where the hell is it? This is getting ridiculous. Where's something's got to change here. That switch, we all have it. And whatever it is for you in your universe, right? That switch. When you hit that switch, that's when you have to literally grab your energies, and that's when you start breathing and releasing the nervous system, and then you fall back. It's our job to catch that falling into that switch over. Here we go, guys. So let's use the quartz to clear the energy so we can recognize when we fall into a dysregulated state. When we fall out of one state into another, right? When we fall from our sympathetic state or from our parasympathetic state. Now we still keep mixing them up. Our parasympathetic to our sympathetic state. There we go. When we start doing so, right? It's our job to grab it and then to catch it and then to switch back. And we can do so through the breath technique that we do here on Good Dawning. We can do that through grounding on earth. We can do that through hugging a tree. But the breath technique is an instant release. So we're clearing the energy so that when we do switch over, right, when we fall out of our sympathetic nervous system or fall into our sympathetic nervous system, we can feel it. We can see it. Most of us can. That's when we start going into the soup, right? You go from happy-go-lucky or peaceful and calm to I'm in the soup, you've switched. If you go from everything's okay to everything's not okay, you've switched. If you go from happy to sad, you've most likely switched. And most of us have been in that dysregulated state, the sympathetic nervous state, for God knows most of our lives, all the time. And that's not going to work. It doesn't work. It won't allow you to, you can create, but you're not going to create what you want. You're going to get what, you're not, Yes, exactly. But with the wisdom and experience has brought us to integrate and expand back into the playfulness. That's what we're doing here. We're learning how when we fall out of one state, we can go back into the other, right? We can get back into it. All right. We're going to seal this off here. I'm going to keep this kind of quick here. It's getting late. All right, let's seal this off. Oof. Grateful. One day at a time, guys. We'll get this. It's easy to be playful when you haven't experienced. Coming back is This is the real test, guys. You're all, Lindsay, you know it. Anybody here, Lindsay definitely knows it. We're in the real test, right? That's the test. All right, you're not crap anymore. You're not a garbage human being anymore. You're not any of the trauma you had anymore. You're pure love. You know this, and you can stand in that at times. So when you do, where do you go from here? What's the best? Fear, false evidence appearing real. Most of us have been, seeing false evidence and trying to make it real for forever. That's not going to work. All right, guys. We'll close out and have another Good Dawning, Indie Dawning tomorrow. Saturday, we will not do Good Dawning. Instead, we will go live at 11. I'll post it tomorrow or today. Live at 11 with cards, oracle, and channeling and whatnot, which would be like 1 o'clock Saturday. We'll see who shows up. I may even do it at 10. Which would make it noon, which would probably be easier. I got the word wrong, but I was close. I love it, Deb. But thank you guys for being here. Let's close out with a group hug. And we do the group hug so that we can send love and energy to planet Earth as one, right? Not that we're not doing so, and not that there's not a lot of love. That there's not. This planet needs as much love as humanly possible right now because it's going through its own energetic shift. The Earth right now is dumping its own traumas, right? Well, the Earth isn't. Humanity is dumping its own traumas onto planet Earth. But favorite 1212, make a wish, guys. That's the angelic number to make a wish. So grateful for my new universe. Yeah, and if you can do this and really feel like Jello, then you've released your nervous system. If you do it and you feel so stiff, you have not released your nervous system. But yeah, that's the biggest way I can tell if it's released is that I feel like Pinocchio, right? Like a marionette, like a pup, like loose as a goose. I'm not stiff inside my body. We knew it would be all consuming being here, but we knew we could do it. Transform, transmute, and transcend. You're here on planet Earth during what's going on now, one of the biggest shifts on planet Earth, right? In ever. I'm gonna leave that alone, but if you're here, you're already strong because you signed up to be on this timeline purposely. You put the pen to ink, so to speak, or ink the paper, right? Go ask your council of elders. Yeah, they'll tell you. And if you don't know who they are, that's the council of elders. It's who you meet with before you come to planet Earth to kind of lay out your Akashic timeline, right? Your timeline, or what you want to achieve on planet Earth on your next walk, right? Whatever that is. And in this case, for me, it's creating a universe, creating something big for myself to realize that I'm source and not the small energy that has been smashed down by. That's what you guys. That's what we're here for. That's why you're here. I can't wait to see what you guys create and what you already are creating. Lindsay, Debs, Helene. All right, guys. Let's close out with group hug. Left arm up to the person to your left. Right arm up to the person to your right. Here we go. We send love from our left hand, and we send around in a big circle. We're all in a big circle like a huddle, like Australian rules football huddle. And if you know how that game works, let me know. But we're not pushing each other up and down the field, right? And so we send love through each of our left hand, through each of our heart chakras. And as it goes around faster and faster, our hearts merge into one big heart, and it goes around faster and faster. And we're each feeling everybody's heart. And we take our one heart and connect it like a reverse tornado. Chink, click, into the greater source field. And we see everybody within the greater source field in love and in peace. And we see everybody here in love and in peace as well. And we see everybody realizing through their realize, not their lying traumatized, that they are source, that they are love, and that they can create. That by releasing their nervous system, by releasing their sympathetic nervous system and standing strong in their universe, right? Releasing who they are to their higher self, that they have the ability to create, that you can stand in the energy, that the universe is awesome. You can stand in the energy no matter how your universe looks, that your future is so bright that you've got to wear shades. And you can stand in the energies that good things do happen, even if you're standing in a universe at the moment that may not have shown that. You are the one to change that based on your energetics and how you are standing and what you are placing in your frame and how you are feeling. By releasing the nervous system, by standing strong in faith, and by seeing a higher life and getting excited about what could come in, you then create the conditions, right? We create the conditions then to create a universe, to bring in to our frame what we really want and desire. And we see ourselves doing so today and tomorrow, and of course, every day. We see ourselves, if we do fall into the soup, utilizing the breath, our 3-breath system, to release ourselves and our nervous system so that we can get back on track. That's literally generally all it takes. And we see ourselves seeing ourselves as the light that we are, not the trauma that's been placed upon us. And as the creators of a universe, the universes that we want, the highest universe, with love and peace. We see each other in love and peace, and we see ourselves creating a universe in peace. And of course, we want to send peace as well to your planet, but we're going to send peace to, thank you, Saint Germain, send peace to he just jumped, to the planet, and send love to each and every one of us on this planet as well. And we send love to the Middle East, and Isis, of course, is sending a pyramid of, she's sending a pyramid of protection to the Middle East there in hopes that she cannot control humanity, but she can hopefully dim some of the energies. There we go. With that, we say hallelujah. We see Mother Gaia with no X's or O's, and we see, of course, in her sky, and Mother Gaia with no X's or O's in her water or lands or no forever chemicals and plastics. There we go. In our lands as well. And with that, we say hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall be. Whew. Really good channeling trying to come through there. Saint Germain. Mine is 1027. My birthday twin is Karma. Aw, that's crazy. That's awesome. Mine is Anna. Anna's my birthday twin. So I have a birthday twin here too, Anna Metz. So grateful. 7-5. Anna and I. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Grace, I love you. Bonnie, love you. Lindsay, love you. Debs, love you. Henny, I don't know if you're here, but love you. And if not, check out the song down there. And I don't know why Bright Eyes is stuck in my head right now, but check out Don Henley and Forgiveness. I think that's what she posted. Even if you don't love me anymore, right? Forgiveness. All right, guys, thank you. I will see you tomorrow in the dawning, and I will post later on today. I got to download it. Set it up after the show. Download the old yesterday's good dawning, and then we will post the live channeling from there. And thanks, guys. Please share this out. Subscribe if you're new. If you get this far, if you're watching the rewind or the replay, please hit the bell as well for when I do rando lives. As it gets warmer, and I can't state what I'll be doing in the dawning because hopefully I'll be doing something that makes money. But either way, guys, either way we look, good dawning will be here in some fashion. And as it gets warmer, it won't be too long, we'll get out to the park as well. Love you, Josh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Debs. Thank you, guys. Daniel, if you're here, love you. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you all tomorrow in the next. Thanks, guys.